Okay, so this video is going to talk about specific heat. And your fire instructor will explain more about, the ins and outs of specific heat and what it means. I'm just here to help you walk through the calculations for some of the problems. So one thing we know is the specific heat um, it's for water is 1 BTU per pound. Okay, so that's how they're measuring the specific heat, and that's for liquid water. Okay, we'll talk about the other in a minute, but that's what it takes. That's what the specific heat is for liquid water. Now, to find specific heat, you use this formula. You take the weight of the water times the change in temperature, and that's what our problem that we're going to do will show. Also, you can note that it takes 8.34 BTU to raise the temperature of 1 gallon of water 1 degree Fahrenheit. Okay, now the specific heat for ice is different. It's 0.5 BTU per pound, and for steam, it's 0.48 BTU per pound. So if you're looking for the conversions for specific heat, I just put them all here for the different forms of water. Okay, so this is liquid water right here. Okay, so here's our example for if we assume the ambient temperature of water to be 62 degrees Fahrenheit. So by ambient temperature, they're talking about kind of like room temperature, except you're not in a room, you're probably outdoors or maybe outdoors, maybe you're in a building, but it's the environmental temperature of the water. Okay, so if we're assuming the water to be 62 degrees Fahrenheit, how many BTU will it take to raise 1 gallon of water to 212 degrees Fahrenheit, but not vaporize it? So 212 is the boiling point for water, so it's right before it's going to be converting to steam. So we're saying, okay, what's that going to be? So we're going to have to figure out the change in temperature so we can use this formula. So we're starting at 62 degrees. Our water is 62 degrees, but it's going to go up to 212. So what we want to know is that difference then between 212 degrees and 62 degrees. So you do that subtraction problem. We're raising the temperature 150 degrees Fahrenheit for the water. Okay, so that's what we're looking at. And we want to know how many BTU it's going to take to do that for 1 gallon. Okay, so here comes the specific heat. The weight of water, we've already done that. We know that the weight of water is 8.34 pounds per 1 gallon. Okay, we did that in a previous video. So 1 gallon of water weighs 8.34 pounds. Okay, and now we're trying to figure out the BTU. Our change in temperature is 150, and then this is going to be BTU per pound because it's 1 BTU per pound to raise it 1 degree. So if we're raising it 150 degrees, we're going to have to go 150 times that. Okay, so if you look at the units, the pounds cancel. And we're going to have our answer in BTU per gallon, which is what we want. Okay, so how are we going to find that? This is going to equal 8.34 times 150, and then our units are going to be BTU per gallon. And that's what we want. We were trying to figure out for 1 gallon of water. So on your calculator, you're going to do this multiplication, 8.34 times 150. And that's going to get you 1,251. And that's how many BTU it takes. Oh, you know what? I think it's supposed to be lowercase t. Darn it. A lowercase t. BTU per gallon.